The Silver Age is finally here as we got the details for the brand new Silver Age All Might, Best Jeanist, Gran Torino, and also the free-to-play All for One and all of the good memories that have been added to the game in the recent data download for the brand new banner. Now, before we go and get started, though, make sure you guys go down there, click that red subscribe button, make sure it says subscribe, click that bell, turn on all those notifications on any future videos, drop a like down below, and comment what is your favorite unit of the 4 we're going to be talking about here today. Let me know down below. Now, as you guys know, there is a brand new Heroes Assemble, aka Fantasy Todoroki, as you can see here on the website in the front page. I already did a video on him if you want to check out his breakdown and my thoughts on this Todoroki. Go ahead and check out my previous video linked in the description down below, or check the little eye annotation up above. But man, is that Todoroki. He is, oh my goodness, go check out that video. He's actually fire. And also, banner's going to be coming up real soon, so make sure you check out the video for the details on that. But here today, we're going to look at the new All Might, Best Jeanist, the Gran Torino, and the All for One, and the 3 new memories. Now, Gran Torino is the free-to-play SR, and this memory here is the free-to-play SR memory from the lottery event. So, the banner itself is going to be live for about 15 days, and then the event is live for 13 days. Kind of the standard, obviously. We do have some raid-up campaigns and stuff like that going on, and the Climax Battle is going to be starting soon. It is almost time. It is almost time for it to start, and also some details on this banner here. But let's go ahead and just check out the Discord real quickly. Link to it down in the description down below. Shouts to the Air Impact as well as the Ultra Impact Discord. We do have some stuff here in the data download, as you can see here. Welcome to Climax Battles. It's time to challenge yourself to the limit. You can see the new All for One back there in this one here. Then we got complete the most difficult Class SS, and the boss will join your team. So you got to beat the Class SS ranking of the event to actually get this All for One. Now, one thing to note real quick, the Climax Battle was added to the UI whenever you go to the quest button. So Climax Battle is permanently here to stay. So there'll probably be more bosses added down the line, sort of like a VE tower, if you would say, like for like different stages of different bosses that are going to be added. So All for One is the first, but definitely not the last free UR. Hopefully comes soon with this Climax Battle here. So you won't find any ordinary boss in there. They're tough. If you fail, try again. No limits stop you. So you have up to 3 battles per day. Super tough enemies when the HP bosses get low. So you have up to 3 tries. So like VE Tower, like the level up quests, like USJ and all that stuff, you do have 3 tries per day. There most likely will be a paid pack to increase that to 6. So just keep that in mind. There is going to be 3 tries per day, like the other events are. It's pretty much the same thing as like VE Tower and USJ, where you get those daily limits. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, you know, you get a lot. Like for the very final stage, Class SS, you only have to beat Class SS, by the way. I don't know if you have to 3-star it or if you have to beat it entirely or just beat it overall. If you have to 3-star it, that's one thing. If you just have to beat it, that's another. Pretty easy just to beat it and move on, get your free All for One, right? But, you know, if it drops, because it does drop items to where there is going to be a shop for this Climax Battle, so there will be a shop where you can buy items. We'll go ahead and get into that in a second, but I imagine it does 3 times per day, because I would hope that the drops are, you know, somewhat benefit, like, you know, somewhat generous on the final stage, you know, Class SS, but who knows? So now Class SS is quite a hurdle. The bosses aren't playing around. Use everything you've got to make sure you train your hero. So we got the level up items, just telling you to level up your stuff there. This is it right here. This is the item right here that you're going to be getting. Exchange your Climax Battle emblems with lavish rewards at the limited gear shop. Check it out. So once you try enough times, you might even get a UR character. You can't exchange stars for these boss pieces. So you can't get stars, which is unfortunate, but you do basically 100% free All for One, maxed out completely in the ability board right there. You see you get a blue and a red one, the A and B for the UR orb. So All for One, get to 100% come get him for free after you get all of the items, and you just buy it in the shop after you get him. So that's awesome. Glad to see that you can do that. I hope they actually go and, you know, backtrack to the VE Tower to where, you know, they update VE Tower to have these. That would be great, but if not, it is what it is. But yeah, 100% free. All for one is awesome. So get hordes of hero gems for putting quests. Yeah, so you get gems. Your tries restore at midnight JST every day. It seems like you get stars and stuff. So here we go. This is for the event. You know, it's a lotto event. Obviously, the rate up characters and stuff like that have their rate ups. Obviously, we know. It's basically a lotto event. Again, Gran Torino and the other memory are free. There we go. We got the Gran Torino and the free memory there. So those are going to be your rate up items there to get your rate up for your tickets and your boss tickets and stuff. And that's pretty much that. So there's all of this stuff we already know. Getting an event exclusive UR character. So that's going to be awesome. Cannot wait to really, when I can finally test this all for one out and see how that's going to do. So let's head on over back to the website really quickly. Actually, no, let's go back to the Discord because there is some other things here that I do want to cover. We'll go over that in a second. There's all the arts. We'll, again, go over that in a second. Again, you got the orbs for Grantorino because he's 100% free as well. So, some things I want to tell you guys real quick before we get into the details of All Might and stuff. There are no new memories currently in the data for the Impact Fest Todoroki, the Fantasy Todoroki. There's no new memories and stuff like that. It's just going to be straight up featured Todoroki, friendly reinforcements, and expanding imagination. Then obviously you got your items right there. There will be a Climax Battle recruit. So this is going to be having, this is similar to like VE Tower banners, where the VE Tower banners have characters featured that are going to help you beat that VE Tower boss that's coming around. So this right here is going to be the first select recruit where these characters are pretty much going to help you beat this all for one. So we're going to have blue Asui and then blue Kirishima and then some memories here, which are actually really good memories. So really cool. I mean, if you are struggling for the Climax Battle and you really want to, you know, summon for these two characters, by all means go for it, but I would recommend not. But again, if you're struggling for the Climax Battle and you don't have many blue characters, this is one. And also the blue All Might as well is going to be definitely a one there. So we have all the info. We're going to get some gift items here soon. We're going to be getting a lot of hero gems from missions. As you can see, lots of hero gems. It's in the Discord. Go check it out. And we got some more missions here, getting more hero gems, some more items. Again, lots and lots of missions. So there is that. Let's head on over here to the database website. Again, link in the description down below for you guys. Let's check out the All Might. I mean, look at these stats though. 25,000. This is not after. This is before ADV too, by the way. After ADV, 30,000 HP, 7,700 power, almost 8,000, and 549 speed. Not too shabby if I do say so. So let's take a look at his kit real quick. So deals 700% damage to a single opponent. The skill gains piercing shot if a character's critical rate is increased. So piercing shot is a brand new status effect that's in the game. There's no icon for it, but there is going to be some things here. So let's just take a look back at the Discord real quick. You can see here, status effect, piercing shot. So it's going to ignore barrier, damage down, and defense when attacking. This All Might. Piercing shot is nutty because if you have characters that give themselves barriers, I'm looking at you, Kirishima, red Kirishima, and blue. This All Might is pretty much going to counter those barriers, going to counter the damage down effects, going to counter defenses. Man, this All Might, he's going to be breaking through some defenses, man. That piercing shot is a freaking nutty ability. So let's head on back here. So again, he's going to get gains piercing shot if he has critical rate increase. So if he gives himself critical rate increase, you have a character that gives critical rate increase to allies, you're basically going to be getting piercing shot on that plus ultra attack. You're also going to increase critical skill impact of all allies by 30% for 3 turns. So again, that's not too bad. We also got deals 350% damage to a single opponent. This skill gains piercing shot also if character's power is increased. So that's, again, we're going to look at this in a minute, but also increases characters plus ultra gauge by 25% when used in a successfully executed skill chain. This one's going to have a 4-turn cooldown. So he's going to give himself plus ultra gauge if you get this in a successful skill chain. All you have to do is get a 1. You can only do 1. I think you can get it 1, 2, or 3. But as long as you succeed in the skill chain, you're going to get that plus ultra gauge. You're going to get closer to the plus ultra attack here. Whereas if you're dealing with a Kirishima, you're dealing with like maybe someone that has, you know, barriers on and all that stuff. This guy is going to just get piercing shot and just be done with it, right? He's going to get that plus ultra gauge, get him ever so quicker to getting that plus ultra. So We have Texas Smash, deals 350% to a single opponent. This skill also gains piercing shot if character has skill impact increase. So he also skill impact is increased by 20% if character's critical skill impact is increased. So he's kind of playing off himself. That's also a 4-turn cooldown. So here we go. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty of getting all these abilities for him. So his first auto skill is going to be increasing character's critical skill impact by 30% when HP is 50% or higher. You get above that 50% threshold, boom, you're getting that critical skill impact. And if you have critical skill impact, you're going to get this Texas Smash skill impact is increased by 20%. And if you get that skill impact increase, you're going to get piercing shot. So there's that. And then also, if you get the critical skill impact increase here, I do believe that will have critical hit rate as well down here. So yeah, his also gives composure to all ally pro hero characters for 3 turns when the battle starts. Not too bad. Composure, not a bad ability. Pretty good actually. And then also, when HP is below 50% on his second auto skill, increases character's power by 10%, and then also skill impact by 20% and critical hit rate by 10%. So if you want to get all of these abilities, obviously, if you don't have the power up, if you do have someone that gives power up, that's better. Or I don't know if the memories count. I think memories do count. Blanking. Either way, if you don't get the power up from this, you're at least getting this stuff here. But if you want to get that power buff, drop below 50%. He's going to increase his power. If his power is increased, remember what that is? We get the skill piercing shot right here. We get that. If his power's increased, that's going to give that ability to that. He's also going to give himself that plus ultra gauge. Using the skill chain, boom, you're going to get it here. You're going to get that plus ultra quicker. So then also, and then he's going to increase his skill impact by 20%. So if your skill impact is increased, he's then going to let me see here. If you have a skill impact increase, sorry. Lots of skill impact and skill increases. But yeah, if his skill impact is increased right here, he's going to get that skill impact right here, the critical skill impact increase. And then he's going to get skill impact increase if he has that. Then also, he's going to give himself critical rate increase. So if he has critical rate increase, he's going to get piercing shot in that plus ultra. So this All Might, he is on paper with piercing shot, super, super nice. Like he's nothing to sneeze at, if I could say. Plus his arts are pretty nice too. Let's take a peek at them. Like that's nice. Like that one. I do like this one though. The cross chop effect looking so good. But again, if you want to get all of these abilities kind of pushed off on this character, I mean, it's not ideal to get him below 50%. Ideally, I would say get someone who gives out power buffs, or I guess a memory as well. But either way, as long as you can give a power buff without relying on this second auto skill, if you get a power buff, you're going to get this one right here. You're going to get piercing shot on this on this first action skill. So as long as you have that, then you have this here. So increases character's critical skill impact. And then again, if he has critical skill impact increase, he's going to get skill impact increase right here. And then also if he has skill impact increase, boom, he gets a piercing shot on his Texas Smash. And then also, you won't be able to get critical hit rate unless you have someone that gives it to him, or you're just going to drop below 50%. Ideally, when he's below 50%, just based on his kit alone without relying on outside help, you're going to want him like at 49% to get all of this off, to then take advantage of a lot of his kits by himself. But again, there are characters that do increase this and that, so definitely one to look out for. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on All Might. So here we have the new Best Jeanist making his appearance here. Again, his art looking pretty cool. We already saw this one here. And then we have his Awakened art. Again, Awakened art looking pretty solid. His stats, I mean, pretty nice. I mean, not max ADV. We go to max ADV here. We got 28,000, 6,429. Again, not too bad. He has a 15 crit rate stat as well. But this is what I expected him to be. He's a binding unit. And that's, there's no, I don't think there was any way, shape, or form he wasn't going to be. But let's see. On his plus ultra, he deals 400% damage to a single opponent, decreases the opponent's speed by 20% for 3 turns, with a medium chance, which is 40%, of binding the opponent for 2 turns. So not too bad. Again, good for like something like PvP. You want to get that speed off, and as well as binding the opponents as well. The speed decrease being on, you know, maybe something like VE Tower, but PvP, that's not going to be, that's going to be pretty good actually, I would say. Binding as well, still nice. I mean, medium chance, there's that. So not too bad. So his first action skill is going to be decreasing speed of all opponents by 25%. Yeah, PvP, going to be nice for him, I think. Plus a higher chance of with a 20% increase, technically, of binding when used in a second or later successful executed skill chain. So if you use this in a number 2 slot or 3 slot of your skill chain, it's going to increase this low chance of binding all opponents for 1 turn. You're going to get that 25% bumped up 20 extra percent for a higher chance. So that's going to be a 45% chance of binding all the opponents if you use it in a 2 or 3 skill chain. So his second action skill, Fiber Counter, which is going to give character the ability to counter, which he counters for like 150% damage back, I believe. So I believe that's what the database is telling me. It could be wrong. I still have to look into that a little bit more, but I believe it's 150% of the damage back at the opponent, right? Or whatever it is. But either way, he's going to counter for 3 turns after taking a normal attack, and then also reduces damage to all allies by 30% for 3 turns with a cooldown of 5. The first one was a cooldown of 6, by the way. So again, not too bad. I mean, reducing damage is great, especially if you're going into something like this all-for-one fight, which is probably going to be really hard. Reducing damage that you're going to be taking using this guy could be very useful, especially the counters and stuff. So I would say that's a pretty nice thing, especially if you're facing a lot of opponents. PvP definitely could see use for that as well, reducing your damage to your allies and also countering all those normal attacks in PvP. But still, really, really nice. I like it. So his first auto skill lowers chance, he lowers it by 15% of all hero allies from getting bound. So you have a lower chance, you can basically tack off 15% of the chance of getting bound. Then also increases characters plus ultra gauge by 20% when HP is below 50%. So once he falls below 50%, he's going to give himself an extra little bit of plus ultra gauge. And then also, here we go. Increases characters plus critical hit rate by 30% when affected by damage down. So this does affect him. This reducing damage down on his first action skill does affect him. If it didn't, it would specify that, which it did not. It did not specify that it excluded Blue Jeanist. So this will give him the damage reduction. So you're going to increase his critical rate because of this damage down here. And then also we're going to get reduces character's action skill cooldown time by 1 after receiving 3 attacks. So that that is just, I mean, if you're taking 3 attacks on Blue Jeanist, oh no. Take 3 attacks, boom, your action skill cooldown reduced every 3 attacks. So that's not too bad. I like that. Again, still requires them to take a fair amount of hits. But if you're taking 3 normal attacks, boom, that knocks it down from 5 to 4, 6 to 5. And I mean, that's very useful. But I do see Jeanist being very useful for binding opponents. Definitely seems like a very solid one to do that, especially for the speed decrease in PvP. Just decreasing speed and binding opponents in PvP. That sounds fun to do, honestly. It does sound fun. But I do believe this could help you very nicely in the all-for-one fight. Again, we'll have to test this out once the all-for-one Climax Battle is officially ready to go so we can play it. But again, this seems like a very useful ability for him. So there is that. So let's take a peek at the new UR memory that is coming out. So these are all the gacha stuff that I'm talking about here. So All Might obviously is the gacha UR. He's the gacha SR. This is the gacha UR memory. You're not alone. It's going to increase characters' skill impact by 15% for each type of character on the team, limited to STR, ABL, and int type characters. So I do believe you're getting this percentage increase for each one of these types of characters. So if you have an STR type, a blue type, and a green type, 15, 15, 15. That's 3 15 pluses, I think. Based on the way it's worded, I do believe that's how it works. And then also, if you have 3 STR types, I mean, if you have all STR types, I think that's practically a lot of percentage increase. So yeah, I mean, it obviously increases. So once you get to limit break level 2, it's going to go up to 20%, and then limit break level 4 is going to go to 25%. And then it's DX auto skill level after its 5th slot. It's going to add some things here. So it's going to increase character skill impact by 25% for each type of character on the team, limited to those same types, but it adds once per battle restores character's HP by 15% when HP is below 50%. So that's not too bad. Especially for someone like the All Might or the Best Jeanist, this definitely could work out. I do feel like this right here would go well on the All Might specifically, because he does like that skill impact is going to be nice. And then also he's going to restore that HP. So if that All Might does ever trigger his below 50%, you can then trigger this at the same time, giving yourself that little bit of extra HP once you trigger it, right? So that's going to be really nice. So here we have my favorite memory, Miracle, baby. Here we go. Top Heroes Assemble, that Gotcha SR memory. It's going to increase characters' max HP by 20% and speed by 20% when equipped by a pro hero. So definitely could see Best Jeanist using this. I could see Aizawa maybe using it. Maybe I'm not All For One, but All Might as well. Again, and many pro heroes could use this. I definitely think Best Jeanist might be a little bit nicer to play, just to throw this on him a little bit, get that HP increase, speed increase. That way, if you have that speed increase, you can then throw those bounds out like super easily and super fast, right? So there's that. So at 2, it's going to go from 20% up to 25. The speed does not change. At 4, it goes to 30%. Again, speed does not change. And then once we hit the DX skill, it's going to add a little bit extra stuff to it. So when equipped by a pro hero character, increases the character's max HP by 30%, speed by 20%, and reduces damage to character by 15% for 2 turns when the battle starts. So that reduced damage, if we go back to Best Jeanist here, if he's affected by damage down, I mean, there you go. It's if you DX this thing. So definitely useful for Best Jeanist once it's DX because of that reduced damage, or you can throw it on literally anybody, by the way, but definitely could see it being used on Best Jeanist for that ability that he has. So there is that. So here we have the free-to-play Gran Torino, who is also ABL, that you're going to get from the Lotto event. This one's going to deal 350% damage to a single opponent. Skill impact is increased relative to character speed. I forget what the 2000s are for. These numbers here, I do believe, are like multipliers or added 2000 damage or something like that. I think it's 2000 plus the relative to the speed, right? So I think it's you add 2000 to this and that's the damage. I have no actual idea. Either way, that is what it is. I'll look more into this, so take that with a grain of salt right now when I say that. But gives character the ability to evade 2 times, so evasion, not too bad. Then his first action skill deals 250% damage to a single opponent, increases character speed by 30% for 3 turns, also increases characters plus ultra gauge by 30% with a cooldown of 4. So again, increasing speed. Speed is always nice, again, for stuff like PvP. Probably going to be useful for that All For One fight. And then also getting that plus ultra gauge a little bit quicker, give yourself that evade as well. So again, he's going to give himself speed, which is also going to be helpful for this relative to the character speed stuff, right? So there is that. His second action skill decreases a single opponent's speed by 20%. Very nice for PvP for 3 turns. Increases character speed by 40% for 3 turns. So again, you get that 40% for that relative to character speed. Going to be nice for that, as well as like going first in turns. Also gives the character the ability to evade for 2 times. So you're going to want to pop this off. I would say pop this, then you pop this, and then you pop this. So that, I feel like that's the chain that you kind of want to go for. You got the 6 turn, 4 turn, boom. You got a few turns left to come back. Then you're going to be able to go boom, boom, boom all over again. So there's that. So I mean, not too bad. So his first auto skill increases character's power by 30% when character has ability to evade. So yeah, pop this off, get that evasion off, get that extra 30% power, get that 40% speed, decrease your opponent's speed, go into here with that power increase, deal that damage here, and then deal this extra damage up here with that speed increase, getting that extra relative to the character speed damage. So that's how I would probably go about it. Then also his second auto skill gives character ability to evade 3 times when battle starts. So he's immediately getting this, which immediately is going to give him 30% power right off the bat. Also increases character speed by 30% and skill impact by 30% when HP is 80% or higher. So he's going to get this literally, again, all of this is like right away when the battle starts. So he's going to get evade for 3 times, and then he's going to get speed and skill impact increase. So he's going to get the speed increase, which is going to help with this relative to character speed. He's going to get the evade, so he's going to increase his power by 30%. And then also, I would say, actually, yeah, so if he gives himself this, I would go for this. Then this is going to activate. I would then go for that, get that plus ultra gauge. Potentially then, I actually, no, I would still use this first, then go for this, then go for this. So then, you know, that's kind of the chain reaction that I would go for. Obviously keep a healer maybe with him just to keep him above 80% to keep this stuff. So there is that too. I don't know. What do you guys think of him? I think he's a nice unit. I hate this relative to character speed stuff just because it's like flat. It's like a flat non-percent damage. It's really, I don't know. I don't like it usually, but hey, oh, if you guys like it, let me know. I don't personally, but it is what it is. I think he's a solid unit. Definitely cool. So we have the free-to-play memory tough coach. Increases character's critical hit rate by 15% when equipped to a blue type character. Also increases character's power by 10% if there are any pro hero characters on the team. So again, a lot of these guys, you're probably going to like use a lot of these in the all for one fight, or if you need a lot of blue characters, this is pretty much the way to go using all these blue units, right? So you have all these pro heroes. I would probably run this guy with All Might, or at least Best Jeanist with All Might at the very least. But I mean, again, having pro hero with this right here, I would probably throw this on either Gran Torino, maybe Best Jeanist, maybe throw it on All Might. I mean, this is a nice, I probably would throw this on All Might a little bit too, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see, at level 2, it's going to go to 20%. This is going to stay at 10%. Level 4, this is going to go to 25, again, staying at 10% for the power. And then the DX skill increases character's critical hit rate by 25% and skill impact by 10% when equipped by an ABL type character. Also increases character's power by 10% if there are any pro hero characters on the team. So there is a little bit of an extra buff for this on the DX skill. DX skill, I don't know if they're giving away the 5th one anymore. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get a 5th of this memory from the Lotto event. If they've added it, I don't think so. So I think we're still only getting the 4 from the Lotto event. So you might have to use a limit breaker on this if you do want to get this DX skill. I would say each one of these memories has a nice DX skill this go around. So I wouldn't say any of these are relatively bad. I would say a lot of all 3 of these memories are actually relatively good. So, I mean, hey, even the free one, even the free, you know, Gran Torino, All Might, definitely on paper so far, just reading it. And he sounds like he's a truck. Like he's just going to karate chop you like his art right here. He's just going to go wham and get you out of here. Obviously the All Might and all these characters and memories are boosted rate characters for the Lotto event. So you get boosted boss tickets and the Lotto event tickets. So there's that as well. But let me know what you guys think of the All Might, the Gran Torino, Best Jeanist, the memories, all the stuff that we talked about here today. Let me know down in the comments down below. Got another video coming up with you guys about the Todoroki, and I'm going to talk about some things about him. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.